The state of Andhra Pradesh is bounded by the Indian states of Tamil Nadu to the south, Karnataka to the southwest and west, Telangana to the northwest and north, and Odisha to the northeast. The eastern boundary is 600-mile coastline along the Bay of Bengal. The state has the three main physiographic regions: the coastal plains in the east, extending from the Bay of Bengal to the mountain ranges, the eastern Ghats, which from the western flank of the coastal plain, and in the southwest, the plateau to the west of the Ghats. The total area of Andhra Pradesh is 1,60,205 square kilometer, and by area, it is the seventh among the other states. The total forest cover of the Andhra Pradesh is 22,862 square kilometer. Andhra Pradesh stood first in the country in increasing forest cover, followed by Telangana and Odisha. In terms of forest canopy density classes, the state has 1,994.22 square kilometer under very dense forest, 13,938.36 square kilometer under moderately dense forest, and 13,204.82 square kilometer under open forest. Some of the national parks in the state are Sri Venkateshwara National Park in Tirupati, Mahavir Arena Vanasthali National Park in Hyderabad, and Indira Gandhi Zoological Park in Visakhapatnam. Andhra Pradesh is a riverine state with 40 significant medium and minor waterways. Godavari, Krishna, Vamshadra, Nagavalli and Pennar are significant interstate streams. The river Tungabhadra is a feeder of the Krishna River. The river Krishna are the point structures outskirts between the conditions of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh from Srisailam to Pulichintala to around 290 km streams going through NSP Dam. Avati, Jayamangali, Chitravati River are some of the other important minor rivers of the state. The average annual rainfall at 940 mm, Andhra Pradesh yields a good amount of surface water. The Central Water Commission has worked out to the potential of surface water 78.9 cubic kilometer of Andhra Pradesh, and in the present study an attempt has been made to map various surface. The Eastern Ghats are a discontinuous range of mountains along India's eastern coast. The Eastern Ghats pass through Odisha, Andhra Pradesh to Tamil Nadu in the south, passing some parts of Karnataka as well as Telangana. They are eroded and cut through by four major rivers of peninsular India, namely Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. There are 2,199 named mountains in Andhra Pradesh. The highest and the most prominent mountain is Armakonda. Travelers vote Anantagiri Hills, Dolphin Nose and Bayakonda as the best of mountain ranges in Andhra Pradesh. The climate of Andhra Pradesh state is generally hot and humid. The summer season in this state generally extends from March to June. During these months, the moisture level is quite high. The coastal areas have higher temperatures than the other parts of the state. The state has a tropical climate. The average temperature during the cooler months of December and January is 28 degrees Celsius, and in the summer months of May and June, the temperature reaches 40 degrees Celsius. Hyderabad, the state's capital, however, can be hot and dry in the peak summer months of May. The annual average temperature is 31.5 degrees Celsius. The state is principally fed by the southwest monsoon, while the northeast monsoon contributes about one-third of rainfall. Rainfall mainly occurs during the monsoon period of June to September, while it is only 3 centimeters between December and March. The East Coast region has been prone to disastrous cyclonic storms, which have destroyed much life and the livelihood of the villages in the area. Two of the deadliest cyclones of this century, with the fatalities of about 10,000 people in each case, took place in Odisha and Andhra Pradesh during October 1971 and November 1977 respectively. The supercyclone of Odisha in 1999 caused large-scale damage to life and property. 2002 Indian heat wave. More than 1,030 people were killed in the 2002 heat waves in South India. Most of the dead were poor and elderly, and a majority of deaths occurred in the southern state of Andhra Pradesh. It is said by officials to be the worst heat wave in 4 years. The Relief Commissioner of Andhra Pradesh, Rosaya, said that the maximum number of 172 deaths related to the heat took place in the eastern Godavari districts. There were also 166 deaths in Prakasam and 144 deaths in West Godavari districts. The state possesses wide and varied vegetation types enriched by a variety of flora and fauna. Andhra Pradesh being located strategically in the central region of the Indian subcontinent as representatives of magnificent Indian plant and animal life. Vegetation that is seen usually belongs to dry deciduous form of vegetation that is a mix of teak and a variety of species belonging to general Dalbergias, Terminalias, Enogeseas, Pterocarpus, etc. The varied habitat harbors of diversity of fauna, which includes leopard, Asiatic elephant, sloth bear, sambar, chital, wild dog, slender loris, four-horned antelope, Indian hare, Indian giant squirrel, bonnet macaque, Indian pangolin, etc. The total population of the state is 4.9 crores. The male population is 2.47 crores, the female population is 2.46 crores, and the transgender population is 43,769. There are 936 females per 1,000 males in the state. The tribal people of Andhra Pradesh are very progressive in lives when compared to other tribes in India. Andhra Pradesh tribes are developed economically and technologically. Their tribes include the Savara tribes, Gadaba, and the Kondareddis. In terms of religion, Hinduism constitutes to 90.87%, Islam is 7.33%, Christianity is 1.38%, and Jainism is 0.05%. The overall literacy rate of Andhra Pradesh is 67.41%. Ogu Katha derives its name from the inspiring Damarukam called Ogu, which initiates the stories sung by the ballad singers. Several Saiva stories are in this repertoire of the Ogus, though others not connected with the Saivism are also sung. Kinnara Katha is a folk ballad form narrated by Dakala community in Telangana to the supplement of string instruments called Kinnara. It has usually 7 notes and so is called Edumitiya Kinnara. Golla Sudulu. These Gollas also participate in reciting a long verse on religious occasions and other sacrifices during ritual ceremonies. Kuchipudi is an eminent dance form that originated in Andhra Pradesh. Kuchipudi is not only a dance but a fine amalgamation of dance, gestures, speech and a song. A Kuchipudi dancer is required to be well versed in dancing, acting, music, various languages and texts. In the 17th century, Siddhendra Yogi started this dance during the Bhakti movement. Bhamakalpam. Originated from Kuchipudi, Bhamakalpam is both a dance and a drama. Siddhendra Yogi created this devotional dance form in the 17th century. Bhamakalpam is a fine specimen of the feminine movements in dance, contrasting the masculine movements of Kathakali and Yakshagana. Burakatha. Burakatha is a special folk dance of the state, earlier known as Jangam Katha. It observes tales from the Indian mythology. In the performance, the main artist narrates a story, plays music and dance on the tunes. The co-artist beat drums and speak to him, enriching certain events in the story. Ugadi, also known as Gudi Padwa in some parts of India, is a widely celebrated festival in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Karnataka. People in Andhra Pradesh celebrate Ugadi according to the lunisolar calendar in Hinduism. Lots of delicious sweets are made on the day like Puranpoli and Bhakshya. The people follow a trend of making a garland of banana leaves and hang them upon the door. New cloths, lights and sweets followed by special puja make the day special. Visakhapatnam. This is one of those cultural and famous festivals of Andhra Pradesh which is organized by the state government. The 4-day festival started back in 1997. People come in large numbers to witness cultural shows, sports events, traditional crafts, an exhibition of garments, flower shops and several heritage tours. Tirupati Tirumala Brahmotsavam. This is a vastly celebrated Hindu festival at the Tirumala Venkateshwara temple in Tirupati. The festival of Lord Brahma lasts for 9 days every year in October. It is believed that Lord Brahma was the first to start this festival in the temple. Several rituals are followed during the 9 festive days in Tirupati Tirumala Brahmotsavam. On the last day of Brahmotsav, a huge crowd comes to witness to bliss scenes of processions of Lord Venkateswara, which pass by several streets before reaching the temple. Hyderabadi Biryani. The famous biryani is so delicious that it is a name to be reckoned within Indian cuisine as a whole. The rich Mughalai delight is a perfect blend of masalas, rice and meat. So after reaching Hyderabad, freshen up at an early hotel in Hyderabad and start your vacation gorging into delicious Hyderabadi biryani. Kodi Pulao. The perfect spicy blend of rice and meat is a treat for the meat lovers. You absolutely cannot miss this meaty delight before checking into an hourly hotel in Biryani Hills to retire for the day. Pulasa Pulusu. This extremely rare seasonal fish curry is very healthy too. If you visit the coast of Andhra Pradesh during the right season, do not forget to feast on a plate of the delicious curry. So when you relax in a beach of Visakhapatnam, remember to have the feast with the Pulasa Pulusu before retiring in an hourly couple-friendly hotel in Visakhapatnam. Gatti Vankaya Kura. The spicy stuffed eggplant curry is a mouth-watering delicious dish with the roasted herbs adding a rich flavor and aroma to the delightful delight. So as you explore the beautiful city of the Vijayawada, lunch an sumptuous meal of a Gatti Vankaya Kura with rice and rest in an hourly couple-friendly hotel in Vijayawada. Sports in Andhra Pradesh has its own importance, where many sporting personalities were into limelight. The Sports Authority of Andhra Pradesh undertakes the sports development activities such as construction of stadiums, establishments of sports academies, and other sporting related activities. The sports infrastructure have increased tremendously by improving infrastructure in outdoor and indoor stadiums, playfields, sports academies, sports equipments, etc. Sports such as Kho-Kho, Kabaddi are played mostly in Andhra Pradesh. Charminar. Charminar is an important monument of the state. It is located in the capital of the state. This was built in the 16th century in Indo-Islamic style. It's a mosque and is built with granite. It is about 56 meters long. There are 4 minarets. There are 2 balconies in each minaret. This is the oldest mosque in the state that is well preserved. You can find a lot of shops and fairs around the monument as it is a bubbling tourism destination. Tirumala Venkateswara Temple. This is the richest temple of the world. This temple is built for Lord Venkateswara and it is one of the most visited shrines in the world. There are no concrete proof for when this temple was built. There are indications about this temple in architecture that were written in 300 AD. A lot of emperors donated gold to this temple to make a golden roof. It is said that about 10 billion rupees is donated to this temple every year. This is an architectural marvel. The temple tower is 50 feet tall and is covered with gold. The doors of this temple are also covered with gold. This temple would be very crowded during festivals and other rituals. Golconda Fort. This is an architectural wonder built by Qutb Shahi's kings. It was a defense fort. Initially, this fort was built by Kakatiya kings using mud in the 12th century. Later, this fort was even more fortified by Qutb Shahi in 16th century. There are many halls, mosques, apartments and other architectural marvels inside this fort. The gateway in this fort called Balaish Darwaza is a must-watch. This fort is built on a hill and there are proper ventilation and many underground tunnels that leads to Darbar Hall. There are 2 pavilions outside the fort. Every evening, light shows are conducted in this fort. Many visual shows are also conducted that explains the history of this fort to all. Those who visit Hyderabad should visit this fort. The state has a well-developed social, physical and industrial infrastructure as well as good virtual connectivity. It also has good power, airport, IT and port infrastructure. At current prices, Andhra Pradesh gross state domestic product stood at rupees 12 lakhs 1,736 crore for 2021 and 22. Andhra Pradesh has been one of the foremost states to have developed sector-specific policies, forming industrial clusters and developing infrastructure such as biotech parks, textile parks, and hardware parks has been the state's key strategy to attract investments in various industries. Agriculture is a major sector of the state's economy, though that sector has been declining. Andhra Pradesh is one of the India's leaders in the production of rice. Other chief crops include cereals, pulses, peanuts, cotton, and a variety of fruits and vegetables. And its fishing industry produces large quantities of shrimp and prawns. The raising of livestock, mainly cattle, water buffalo, sheep, goats, pigs, and poultry, has increased significantly. The School Education Department of Andhra Pradesh, the largest department of the state, manages and regulates schools in various districts of the state. The primary and secondary school education is imparted by government, aided and private aided. These schools are categorized as urban, rural and residential schools. As per the Child Information and School Information Report 2018 and 19, there were a total of 70 lakh students enrolled in 62,063 schools respectively. There are 30,000 primary schools and 9,000 upper primary schools, 12,000 high schools, 2,346 higher secondary schools, and 16,000 unaided schools in the state. The government of Andhra Pradesh is leaving no stone unturned to strengthen the healthcare delivery system at all levels, providing best health services to people through its various programs and initiatives. A comprehensive real-time monitoring of each of the health programs is closely monitored by the Chief Minister's office. Several initiatives have been undertaken in tribal areas such as 108 bike ambulance, e-sub-centers, etc., so that people of all strata across the state can avail best medical care in a cost-efficient manner. In Andhra Pradesh, there are 1,145 primary healthcare centers, 117 community healthcare centers, 226 sub-district hospitals, and 20 district hospitals in the state. Andhra Pradesh has an extensive road network of 1,23,334 km with various types of roads such as national highways, state highways, district roads, etc. The road network of the state is maintained by Andhra Pradesh Road Development Corporation under the Roads and Buildings Department of the state. Railways. Andhra Pradesh has a total railway route of 3,703.25 km. The rail density of the state is 16.59 per 1,000 km compared to an all India average of 20. The Howrah-Chennai main line, which runs through the state, is proposed to be upgraded into a high-speed rail corridor through the Diamond Quadrilateral project of the Indian Railways. Andhra Pradesh has 3 functional domestic airports and 3 international airports. The state has a custom airport at Visakhapatnam. It serves more than 2.8 million passengers annually. It operates flights to Singapore, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, Malaysia, Thailand, and domestic services as well. There are 3 domestic airports at Kadapa, Rajahmundry, and Kurnool. Vijayawada Airport, Visakhapatnam Airport, and Tirupati Airport serve as international airports. There are plans to set up an airport in every district of Andhra Pradesh. The state has a coastline of 974 km and is the second largest in the country. The state has 14 ports with a sum of 250 metric ton capacity. Visakhapatnam, Gangavaram and Krishnapatnam ports are the 3 deep water ports. Government plans to develop new ports at Bhavanapadu, Narsapur, Ramayapatnam and Duggirajapatnam. The main parties in the state are the YSR Congress Party and Telugu-desam Party. Other parties that have small presence in the state include the Indian National Congress and Bharatiya Janata Party. The current Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh is Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy. He is the 17th Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. He started his political career campaigning for Indian National Congress during the 2004 elections in Kadapa district. In 2009, he was elected as a Member of Parliament from Kadapa Lok Sabha constituency. Following the death of his father in September 2009, he started efforts to take up the political legacy left by his father. The majority of the legislators favored him to be appointed as the Chief Minister, but this choice was not approved by the party leader Sonia and Rahul Gandhi. In the 2019 national and state election, he took oath as the Chief Minister on 30th May 2019. YSR Congress Party swept the polls and won 151 of the total 175 assembly seats and 22 of the 25 Lok Sabha seats in Andhra Pradesh. The next election will be in 2024. The leader of the opposition is N. Chandrababu Naidu and the leader of the party is also N. Chandrababu Naidu of TDP. Some of the famous leaders of the state are Yellaya Sri Nandi, Velagapalli, Tota Venkata Narasimham, Vangalapudi Anita, R.K. Roja. Also some of the famous personalities of the state include Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, second President of India, Sarojini Naidu, Indian political activist and poet, Venkaiah Naidu, former Vice President, Sania Mirza, renowned professional tennis player, S.P. Balasubramaniam, playback singer, N.T. Ramarao, founder of Telugu-Desam Party and Chief Minister, V.V.S. Lakshman, former international Indian cricketer. In 1630, first Narasimha dominated northern Tamilagam and the southern Telugu-speaking region until the end of the 9th century. 1279 AD, Chola dynasty in the south and the Persia-Tajik Sultanate of central India competed for the region. In the end, the missionary Nayakas won over Delhi. 1323, the Kakatiya dynasty unified the land, and that golden age, Tikana's translation of the Mahabharata founded Telugu literature. 1765, Clive and the chief and council at Visakhapatnam obtained the northern Sirkars from Mughal Emperor Shah Alam. 1777, the British invaded Jaipur with the help of Vijayanagaram and defeated Vikram Dev, turning his kingdom into a zamindari. 1953, Andhra State is created by separating Telugu-speaking regions of the Madras State. 1956, according to the State Reorganization Act, Telangana and Andhra State were merged to create, and in 2014, Telangana State is carved out from Andhra Pradesh. Visakhapatnam, also called by the name Vizag. This is a coastal town, also the industrial center of the state. It has been acclaimed to be one of the best places in Andhra Pradesh for its striking infrastructure and clean coast. Ramakrishna Beach is one of the most renowned sites in the city. It is also the spot where the preserved submarine INS Kurusvara is located. The submarine now functions as a museum that highlights the life of the Navy. One can also visit the Varalakshi temple, indulge in some fantastic coastal food, and take a stroll on the beach. Gandikota, one of the lesser known tourist spots in Andhra Pradesh, Gandikota has one major attraction that one should definitely witness. Home to the historic fort along the Penna River, this site has a view of the canyon, which is like none other. The vast canyon is also referred to as the Grand Canyon of India. The fort is a hub for campers who bring along tents and spend their night under a sky full of stars. The city of Tirupati is famous for its legendary Venkateshwara temple located on the Tirumala hills. This temple in Tirupati is one of the most important shrines of the Hindus, making it a renowned place in Andhra Pradesh. The temple and the city get millions of devotees and travelers each year to seek blessings and witness to this awe-inducing spirituality. The city also has a national park where one can spot a lion and other wild animals. For the history buffs, there is also the Chandragiri Fort, built by the Vijayanagara emperors in the 11th century. Also, there are some cottages in Tirupati which are spectacular and attracts a lot of tourists who visit here. Arakku Valley. Located in the abundant greenery of the Eastern Ghats, Arakku Valley is a paradise for travelers who love nature. The forest is home to some of the unique tribes seen in India, and the government has taken extraordinary measures to preserve their indigenous way of life. There is a Padmapuram garden atop the hill with a toy train, making the destination ideal for families with the kids. This place is also home to a coffee museum, which is one of the highlights here. Tottapalli Barrage Irrigation Scheme, modernization of Krishna Delta Irrigation Project under 18 packages, setting up of a 1 into 800 megawatt Sri Damodaran Sanjeevayya coal-based power unit at Nalaturu in Nellore district, strengthening of transmission line beyond Vemaguri in Andhra Pradesh, setting up of 500 megawatt solar power project at Panniyam in Kurnool district, and Kurnool Ultra Mega Solar Park project. And that's it for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed and learnt a lot from it. I'll see you with another incredible state of India in the next. And don't forget to subscribe our channel and share it with your friends.